Fox 29 News in HD, brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast.
Tonight at 10.
He's about to retire from the force and all that, and he took his life.
A beloved Philadelphia police officer gunned down simply walking home from work.
Somebody knows who did it. Somebody knows what happened. We need him to come forward.
Tonight, the search to find who killed him. And it has happened again. A Philadelphia police officer killed on his way home from work. More heartache. Fellow officers, they're in mourning tonight. The family, the community, another veteran cop lost. Almost 20 years of service. He's gunned down, as we said, walking home. Fox 29's Stephanie Salvador begins our coverage tonight of another sad day for the Philadelphia Police Department.
40-year-old police officer Moses Walker Jr. was born and raised in Philadelphia. This morning, he died in Philadelphia after leaving a shift with the 22nd Police District. His coworkers especially heartbroken since he turned down an offer for a ride home, saying it was a nice morning and he just wanted to walk.
Just a very tragic set of circumstances.
Moses Walker Jr. changed out of his uniform to catch a bus home after an overnight shift at the 22nd District. He never made it to the bus. Officer Walker was shot and killed at 20th and Cecil B. Moore Avenue just before 6 a.m.
He was armed at the time. We found his gun, the service revolver, underneath his body. So apparently he was able to draw his weapon, but we don't know whether or not he was able to get any shots off.
Robbery is the possible motive, but the whole thing seems senseless to the murdered officer's 5 siblings and large extended family.
It's hurting me to my heart right now. I mean, I'm just lost for words.
It's just mind-blowing right now. It's just mind-blowing. But just keep our family in prayer, please.
I am here to pray.
The community already is.
For the fallen officer's family. Yes. And the families of this area.
Walker was a deacon at Deliverance Evangelical Church. The 19-year veteran planned to retire next year and spend more time with his family and his church. The whole community is aching for this tremendous loss.
Just a week and a half ago, we took the mourning ribbons off of our badges, and now we'll be putting them back on.
I pray, Almighty God, for the officers that are still here working. Yes, Lord. That are protecting us.
He was a God-fearing man, and I know that he's in a better place, and I know it's well with me in that sense. But I know I'm going to have my moment where I'm actually going to cry. There's a
$30,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in this police officer's murder. Reporting at police headquarters, Stephanie Esposito, Fox 29 News.
Right now, Officer Walker's killer remains on the loose. Investigators are hoping anybody will come forward to help police get the gunman behind bars. Fox 29's Dave Kenshin is live at police headquarters tonight with that part of the story.
Well, Joyce, I've been on the phone with investigators all night. They say this is extremely critical. They need information, something, anything. Maybe someone saw something. Maybe they heard the gunshots. Maybe there's surveillance video out there. The bottom line, police say they need something to help identify the monster that committed this crime and bring them in. There's a cop killer on the loose, and Philadelphia police are in dire need of your help to catch them, says Commissioner Charles Ramsey.
Somebody knows who did it. Somebody knows what happened. We need him to come forward.
The suspect confronted 22nd District Police Officer Moses Walker Jr. early Saturday morning on his way home from duty. He was shot several times in the chest and abdomen.
We aren't sure of the motive, whether or not this was robbery, but it does appear that possibly that was a motive.
Investigators jumped right on the trail in hopes of clues before it went cold.
We did have canine there and SWAT officers. We were trying to pick up a scent from a suspect to see if we could follow to a location. However, it started to rain, and that does hinder the dog's ability to pick up a good scent.
But they have little information at this point. A police source believes the suspect is from the neighborhood, but they need neighbors to come forward with even the most basic information they might have.
We're still looking for leads, looking for video, looking for any information at all.
Now police have put 30 grand out there as a reward for any information that leads to an arrest.
As with all murders, there is a $20,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the individual responsible. And in addition to that, the Fraternal Order of Police has just posted a $10,000 reward for the arrest.
Again, homicide detectives are awaiting your call if you have any information that can lead to an arrest in this case. This is the third officer to die this year, and Commissioner Ramsey said today that in his 4.5 years in the city, he has seen way too many officers die in the line of duty or just die at all. It's just awful. They are really counting on your help. Reporting live at police headquarters, Dave Kinchin, Fox 29 News.
Thank you, Dave. We will have more on that in just a little bit, but Philadelphia Mayor Michael Nutter issued this statement on the death of Officer Walker. It reads in part, quote, like his brothers and sisters on the force, he was a committed public servant, beloved by his family, friends, and colleagues. Our condolences and prayers go out to all of them as they cope with their grief in the loss of this good man. Fox 29 viewers are also sharing their condolences on our Facebook page. Anthony wrote, quote, this officer had 19 years of public service. God bless him and his family. And Luis told us, quote, my thoughts and prayers go out to the force and his family. You can share your thoughts about Officer Walker at our website, myfoxphilly.com. Just click on the Facebook link. We also have more coverage of Officer Walker's death. Just click on the story right there on our homepage. Officer Walker is just one of 9 officers cut down in Philadelphia since 2008. Just last month, Officer Brian Lorenzo was riding his police motorcycle home when he was hit head-on by an alleged drunk driver. Now, coming up a little later in our newscast, we're going to look at some of the other brave men and women of the department who have given their lives. The murder of Officer Walker is one of several violent incidents last night in Philadelphia. 6 attacks in the city, 3 people dead, several more are wounded. One of those crimes happened here on West Rockland Street. This is in Philadelphia's Germantown neighborhood. Police tell Fox 29 somebody shot the 47-year-old man there in the head. Crews rushed him to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. His killer is still on the run tonight. And police are also looking for the gunman who killed a man in Parkside. Investigators say somebody shot the man several times inside his car at 49th and Girard Avenue. And shortly before that, a horrific crime on board a SEPTA bus in King Sessing. Somebody shot a man in the face on the Route 52 bus near 54th and Florence Avenue. He's in stable condition tonight at the hospital. The person who stabbed him is still out there. Residents in Philadelphia's Strawberry Mansion section say that they want to increase the peace. They had a block party at 32nd and York as part of an effort to stop the violence. Residents who attended that party there said that they wanted to send a peaceful message to their neighbors and the entire community.
It's trying to promote something positive coming out of the Strawberry Mansion community. The residents wanted to band together and have something positive going on in the community with a neighborhood barbecue just to celebrate peace in the community.
And that party was one of several calling for peace. Philly Rising is a group hoping to end violence in the city of Philadelphia. 3 men in Delaware are recovering tonight after being shot during an argument. This happened yesterday outside Vince's Sports Center. That's on Gender Road in Newark. Police say the 2 people seen in this surveillance photo shot the 3 men. Investigators aren't sure who the suspects are. The victims are expected to survive. In Bucks County, an out-of-control car slammed into the front of this house. Police say a car ran up on the front lawn and into the front door of this home on First Street. This happened this morning in Warminster. Crews took 3 people in the car to the hospital. Fox 29 getting results for neighbors dealing with an abandoned home in Gloucester County. This is what folks along Wildwood Avenue in Pittman have been dealing with for almost 7 years. A house left unattended with a swimming pool just full of filth there in the backyard. Well, look at what happened once Fox 29 got involved. Bank of America, the company that owns the property, sent a crew of a dozen workers out to that house today. And they got to work clearing the debris and making that house finally look presentable. Is there a problem you need some help with? Well, Fox 29 just may be able to help you. You can get in touch with us at myfoxphilly.com or send us an email directly at fox29@foxtv.com. A little boy battling brain cancer. Every day is a struggle for Austin Burke. Next, how you can help this sick child. And roofers make a big mistake at a family's house. How they ended up making repairs to 2 houses. Karen.
All right, Joyce, as we take a look at the weather picture, our temperatures are cooling off considerably tonight. Just how cool will things get? And what about our Sunday forecast? Stay tuned. Your full forecast is coming up in just a bit.
Trenton Mayor Tony Mack has put his house on the market. His 6-bedroom home is now listed for almost $200,000. It's reportedly been in foreclosure at least 3 times. The move comes just weeks after the FBI raided his home and office as part of a federal probe into his administration's activities. A little boy in New Jersey is in the fight of his life tonight. Little Austin is only 4 years old and he has brain cancer. As his family takes care of him, they're also facing those big medical expenses that come along with life-threatening illnesses. Fox 29's Shawnette Wilson explains how you might help.
This is little Austin Burke when he was a feisty 4-year-old.
Normal, just everyday kid. And I mean, he's very hyper, very talkative.
Now, this is that same precious little boy, but an aggressive form of brain cancer has taken over his tiny body.
That's probably the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with. You definitely learn not to take life for granted. Spend every waking moment you can with your kids. I mean, because one day they could be fine and the next day, he's like this.
It all started with severe headaches in February. Doctors found the cancer in May. He's had brain surgery and chemotherapy. But eventually, cancerous tumors surfaced again, this time along Austin's spine and hips.
It happened so quickly.
Just last weekend, Austin suffered a series of seizures, and his parents, Sarah and Chad, heard what they feared all along. He has up to 2 months to live.
He's 4 and will never know what it's like to throw a football and go, you know, drive a car, have kids, experience life. He'll never get that opportunity.
The family has pulled together, including little brother, big sister Abby, grandma, and grandpa. But even together, they carry a heavy weight.
I don't know how to tell my child that he's gonna die.
The family says they will grasp every second left with their baby boy.
Because he deserves everything. I don't care how little it is. Every little thing that kid deserves.
The family is blessed to have close friends who are holding a benefit in Austin's honor. It's going to take place this weekend. It's a motorcycle rally with food and live music throughout the day. It's at the Hedger House in Chatsworth on Sunday. Go to myfoxphilly.com and click on Seen on TV for more information on how to help this family in their time of need. In the newsroom, Shawnette Wilson, Fox 29 News.
Making news around the nation tonight, some Washington state residents are being allowed to return home. Fire crews are making progress on several wildfires out there. Many families were forced from their homes. Unfortunately, some of them came back to nothing. Crews say those wildfires are still extremely active. A man is recovering after being shot outside a football game. This happened in the parking lot outside the University of Phoenix Stadium. That's where the Arizona Cardinals play. Police say 2 men were fighting when one of them pulled out a gun and shot the other in the face. The victim is in critical condition. The suspect is under arrest. A Texas constable shot and killed near Texas A&M University is laid to rest. 41-year-old Brian Bachman was trying to serve a summons when the suspect shot and killed him and an innocent bystander. Officers later shot that suspect to death. First Lady Michelle Obama will meet with the family members of those killed and wounded in the Sikh shooting earlier this month. That was a temple. The White House says she will travel to Milwaukee on Thursday. A gunman killed 6 people before killing himself back on August 5th. Police say that he was associated with white supremacy and neo-Nazi groups. You Decide 2012, the president and his Republican challengers hit the road today. President Obama rallied supporters in New Hampshire, and Congressman Paul Ryan brought his mother out to hammer home the message in Florida. Fox's Carl Cameron has more now from the campaign trail.
Mitt Romney's vice presidential running mate visited the Villages retirement community in the crucial battleground state of Florida with his 78-year-old mother, Betty Douglas, in tow, where he accused the Obama administration of raiding Medicare for $716 billion to finance Obamacare.
Medicare was there for our family, for my grandma when we needed it then, and Medicare is there for my mom while she needs it now. And we have to keep that guarantee.
Ryan and Romney would keep Medicare in place for seniors and those soon to retire, but would offer young people a choice of a fee-for-service or voucher plan. President Obama, during a pair of stops in New Hampshire, complained that the GOP would end up costing seniors more for fewer services.
My plan saves money in Medicare by cracking down on fraud and waste and insurance company subsidies. And their plan makes seniors pay more so they can give another tax cut to millionaires and billionaires.
It was the president's third visit to the Granite State this year. He also focused on taxes.
They have been trying to sell this trickle-down snake oil before. It did not work then. It will not work now. It's not a plan to create jobs. It will not reduce the deficit. It will not move the economy forward. It's the wrong direction for America.
As for Mitt Romney, he's been off the public campaign trail, campaigning and fundraising behind closed doors. He's raised more than $7 million in the last 48 hours, much of it on Cape Cod on the Massachusetts resort island of Martha's Vineyard. On Monday, Romney and Ryan will be reunited on the campaign trail in New Hampshire for a town hall meeting where they both plan to take questions from the public. In Orlando, Carl Cameron, Fox News.
And we have more on the race for the White House at myfoxphilly.com. You can see the latest campaign news. Just click on the politics tab right there. It was a pretty messy start for your Saturday. Check out this video. Overnight storms brought down a tree and a telephone pole. This is here in Germantown. The storms gave way to a bright, sunny day today, though. But will it last into tomorrow? Meteorologist Karen Thomas is here now with more on that. We want more.
Oh, we sure do. Repeat, Sally, right? Roll it again, Sam. Sure. Well, we're talking a little cooler tonight, Joyce, as we see current temperatures right now, 76 in Philadelphia. But look up here to the Poconos and out here to the west. We do have some cooler air that will be moving in. 62 degrees officially in the city overnight. That's what we're shooting for our overnight low for your wake up tomorrow morning. Yes, indeed. It is looking pretty nice. Mostly sunny skies at 9 a.m. 67 in the city, 62 north and west. So we'll call it a cool and comfy start. But we do have some changes by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Stick around for that. Full forecast coming up.
All right. Thank you, Karen. And remember, you can get your weather updates anytime you want at myfoxphilly.com. Just click on the weather tab. Well, violence rages on in Syria while the UN has pulled out, and what changes are being made to try to stop the civil war there. Plus, how hard is it for people to put down their smartphones? The results of a new study may surprise you. Stay with us. We'll be right back with that and more.
Get Fox 29 breaking news alerts anytime. Text 46373 or sign up at myfoxphilly.com.
International news, almost 3 dozen miners are dead following clashes between police in South Africa and striking miners. And an expelled South African politician says the government is to blame for the killings. He spoke to nearly 5,000 protesters today, telling the crowd the government has turned its back on them. The United Nations has pulled out of Syria. That happened today, but the violence rages on. Fox's Rick Falbaum has more on that.
The United Nations Observers mission is over. Its final group leaving Syria today as the warfare continues. The mission's leader again calling for an end to the violence, while insisting that the United Nations is not abandoning the country. They will leave a liaison office in the capital.
The UN will not leave Syria. We will continue the search to move from violence to dialogue.
But the violence carries on. Night vision allowing us to see this tracer fire captured overnight in the capital city of Damascus. The fighting there is nonstop. Rebels continue to battle an organized Syrian army in Aleppo. Activists reporting raids, airstrikes, and shelling across the country in this 17-month-long rebellion. As people run for their lives, there's an increasingly urgent humanitarian crisis in Syria, cutting off civilians from food supplies, health care, and other assistance. The United Nations estimates 2.5 million people need aid, and more than 1 million people have been uprooted from their homes. Tens of thousands have fled to neighboring countries. 2 weeks after the frustrated resignation of former UN Secretary General Kofi Annan, there is a new international mediator for Syria. He's a former Algerian diplomat chosen to tackle this next phase for a country in the middle of a civil war. In New York, Rick Folbaum, Fox News.
The stork has paid a visit to a giant panda in China and brought 2 little bundles of joy. Yep, the panda gave birth to twin cubs, a male and a female. However, giant pandas cannot care for 2 cubs at the same time. Who knew? So the mother had no choice but to abandon her second baby. Luckily, keepers at the wildlife preserve were able to take care of that cub. The mother and the 2 cubs will be released into the wild in the future. All right, our top story again tonight, the search to find the person who killed a Philadelphia police officer. Next, we're going to look at some of the other officers who have died serving our city. Plus, $1 million mix-up. What little mistake netted this man a lotto jackpot? We'll be back with that.
Fox 29's Weather Authority. On your TV, on the web, and on your phone. Instant updates when you want them.
Right now, the search is on for the person who killed an off-duty Philadelphia police officer. Officer Moses Walker Jr., a 19-year veteran of the force, had just finished his shift at the 22nd District. Investigators say somebody shot Walker several times near 20th and Cecil B. Moore. Now, police are offering a $30,000 reward to catch his killer. Police Commissioner Charles Ramsey is no stranger to policing violent criminals and, unfortunately, saying goodbye to officers cut down on and off duty. But today, the commissioner added some perspective to the number of Philly cops killed in just the 4.5 years he's been head of the force here. More, he says, than most top cops see in 2 decades.
Miss Bryce, I'm marching ready. I struggle with his death every day.
A devastated younger brother in blood and in blue. That was just 1 month ago after 48-year-old highway patrolman Brian Lorenzo was killed. The 23-year police veteran was just off duty on his way home when an alleged drunk driver slammed into him on I-95.
It felt like I lost one of my own child.
A supervising officer weeps in February of 2009 at the loss of Officer John Pulowski, an impressive 25-year-old cop on the force only 5.5 years. He was gunned down in the street at Broad and Almy.
And then his last words were just tell my wife and kids that I love them.
39-year-old Sergeant Stephen Lisbinski was the first of several cops cut down in 2008. This 12-year police veteran didn't stand a chance against the high-powered arsenal of a gang of bank robbers in Port Richmond.
Please comfort them in their grief.
Then 4 months later,
she's in heaven now. She died while she's doing her work.
A proud mother grieves after 40-year-old Officer Isabel Nazario is killed in West Philadelphia. A stolen SUV slammed into the patrol car of this 18-year police veteran. A teenager was behind the wheel. 2 weeks after that,
I can remember him like he was yesterday.
A high school coach will never forget 30-year-old Highway Patrol Officer Patrick McDonald. The 8-year police veteran had no idea of the firepower he would meet when he pulled over a suspect in North Philadelphia. Then 2 months after that,
for the 4th time in 6 months, we've gathered here at this cathedral to lay to rest one of our own.
Philadelphia's tough new police commissioner at that time, both grief-stricken and furious, as a 20-year police veteran, Sergeant Timothy Simpson, is killed in Port Richmond. A drunk driver slams into his patrol car. Sergeant Simpson was Officer Lisbinski's best friend. As all the others, this 46-year-old father of 4 left a family and a community in mourning yet again.
Thank you to the police department for everything they do for us every day.
We certainly do thank them. And 2 more Philly cops were killed over the past 2 months while they were off duty. Officer Mylan Merck died when he was hit by an SUV. He was riding his motorcycle. That was in mid-June. And 1 month later, almost to the day, off-duty officer Mark Brady was riding his bicycle when a man slammed into him. The 32-year-old cop died. The driver is facing charges. He's accused of running Brady down on purpose. Brighter news now, a bright and sunshiny day out there today, but we want to know if we're going to get any more of it. Karen Thomas.
Don't we just want to hit, fast forward and rewind it? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It was a beautiful weather picture today. I can do that.
All right,
I'll work on that. I have a little something up my sleeve, Joyce. How about Penn's Landing today, though? One of the prettier spots in and around the area for sure. Look at that. On the beautiful river. Sailboat, not bad. Just going to maps. Yeah, look at that. Everybody outside, and you had to wear the sunblock for sure, and the folks down along the shoreline enjoying today. Let's go to the maps and we'll show you our high temperature today. 82 degrees. We're actually below the normal high this time of year, below the normal low. Also set a record of 97 degrees way back in 1995. A little cooler right now. We dropped the tick or 2 in Philadelphia, 74. Look at the Poconos though, 54 degrees, 60s in the north and the west, just outside Philadelphia, 66 in Wilmington. So cooler air from the north and northwest that will be pulled down through the overnight into early tomorrow morning. But yes, Sunday's looking pretty good. 82 for the high. We're looking for sun, clouds later in the day, and that's where we bring you at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Fox Futurecast, clouds rolling in later tomorrow afternoon. So we're going to start out awfully nice tomorrow morning with sunshine for most of the day, and then the clouds will be building as we move through the afternoon. As we get closer into early Monday morning, the clouds will be thickening and the precipitation enters the picture, and then by Monday afternoon, some showers moving through for Tuesday, clouds, showers moving out early Tuesday morning, and then sunshine back again. So we are going to enjoy our cool and comfortable night tonight. 62 for our low temperature in the city for tomorrow, 82 degrees. So yes, it is a lot like what we saw today. Plenty of sunshine, especially in the early part of the day. Later on in the afternoon, the clouds will thicken, but not too bad to hit the links if you're making your tea time tomorrow morning. Good for you. Mostly sunny skies, and look for temperatures in the low to mid 60s starting out before 9 a.m. But if you're going to hit the fairway after 9, about 66 to 68 degrees, and then things will be warming up very quickly. We're going to go ahead and give it an 8 tomorrow because it's really looking pretty good for most of the day. Here's your 7-day forecast for the city. High temperature tomorrow, 82 degrees. Let's just go with mostly sunny skies and the clouds thickening later on in the afternoon. And then we do get the front moving in Sunday night. So clouds thicken and then showers moving in Sunday night into Monday. 79 degrees. A bit cooler for sure, but we're looking for mostly cloudy skies for Monday. Not much in the way of the sunshine department, but then after our Tuesday morning commute, things look like they'll be drying out and brightening up and warming up as well. Really the same weather picture. We've got a ridge of high pressure that's going to hang in there with us Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. A lot of folks squeaking out the last week or so of the summer at the shore, so here's how it's looking for you. 82 degrees at the shore tomorrow. Today, beach lovers had a blast. Tomorrow, more of the same, but then on Monday things get a little damp. But hey, if you're down at the shore for the week, all in all, the 7-day is looking really pretty nice along the shoreline. Monday is really the only day you have to contend with the on and off showers and the cloudy skies. The rest of the week looks perfect.
All righty. We like perfect.
Yes.
Thank you, Karen. Okay, get ready to go ew, okay? This creepy, crawly critter that's never been seen before, at least we think not. Next, where scientists found this new species of spider, and a family gets some unexpected work done on their house. What happened when roofers showed up to the wrong address? Some explorers in Oregon have discovered a new species of spider. Scientists have named it a trogloraptor. Translation, cave robber. That's because of the size of its front claws, bent legs, and the fact that it was found inside a cave. It's the first new member of the spider family in North America since 1870. Yeah, a major mix-up in Missouri. Crews went to work putting a roof on a new home. The problem is they had the wrong house. Fox's Anthony Kaikau has the story.
It's made me pretty angry.
When Brooke Gardner returned from work to her home at 673 East Lorena Thursday night, something was different.
I noticed the blue tarps on my roof.
A roofing company had began to replace it.
But I didn't order a roof.
However, Brooke's neighbor at 637 East Lorena did. Turns out a crew from All Seasons Contracting in St. Louis accidentally removed the wrong roof.
I found a flyer and a business card with a name of who, I guess, who's responsible for it, but nobody was here to tell me what was going on.
We tracked down the crew working on the home at 637 East Lorena, where the roof was supposed to be replaced.
I'm Anthony Kiko with Fox 2. I was just wondering, are you guys going to fix this woman's roof down here?
While the crew doesn't respond,
are you guys going to fix the roof down there?
The company's operations manager did, releasing a statement saying 2 numbers on the work order were transposed. It read 673 East Lorena when it should have read 637 East Lorena. She says it was an honest mistake.
I don't know how anybody can do it. I know I'm not a professional roofer, but I would think if you roof all the time that you would know you're tearing off a brand new roof.
Anthony Kiko reporting for us tonight. The roofing company has agreed to replace Garner's roof free of charge. Well, why not? A man in Massachusetts is $1 million richer, and it was all because of an accident. He went to buy a lottery ticket, but the clerk gave him the wrong one. And instead of making a big deal about the mistake, he just decided to let it go. Turns out it was the winner. His haul after taxes, $430,000. That would never happen to me. A lot of people have smartphones, but we can live without them, right? Next, we're going to show you the shocking results from a survey about smartphones. Plus, waiting to get the best prices on clothes? How about electronics? How about some patio furniture? Next, why now might be the exact best time, the best of all time, to buy.
Follow Fox 29 Philly on Twitter. Anytime, anywhere. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation now.
Hello, Mary Lou. This is Mary Lou Futrell. She is our Fox 29 Facebook fan of the day, and she's looking pretty cool out there. You too could be our fan. Just head to myfoxphilly.com and click on the Facebook icon. Well, a shocking study on cell phone use finds a majority of Americans spend several minutes a day looking at their phones. You do it too, you know you do. Fox's Teresa Priolo has more on this.
How often do you check your phone?
Every day.
Once a day?
No.
Twice a day?
More than that.
A lot. Let's face it, for most people, this little device controls our lives. Minutes quickly turn to hours wasted web browsing, texting, Facebooking. For so many, the trusty cell phone has truly become a crippling addiction.
Check it during dinner. I check it pretty much even when I shouldn't be checking it, intimate moments, every once in a while.
Time magazine surveyed 5,000 people in 8 countries, including the U.S., about their cell phone use. 1 in 4 said they check their phone every 30 minutes, while 1 in 5 said they check it every 10. That sounds like a lot until you talk to this girl. Are you addicted?
I'm addicted.
Okay, how bad?
Once every 30 seconds, I probably look down.
Here's another number. 85% of those surveyed say they can't go a single day without checking their phone.
If I leave my phone at home, my day is a disaster.
Call it a sign of the times, but Time found not having their cell phone made some extremely anxious. And twice as many people would choose their cell phone over eating lunch.
You're missing life. You're missing life if your face is in your phone all day, every 5 minutes.
I agree with her. Teresa Priolo reporting for us tonight. The country's oldest commissioned warship will sail once again. The USS Constitution, which is docked in Boston Harbor, will explore the Big Blue Sea tomorrow. She'll be tugged from her berth and then cruise for about 10 minutes. The Constitution has been an active ship since it first launched way back in 1797. Wow. It was a celebration of culture down at Penn's Landing today. The Council of Indian Organizations presented the Festival of India. Featured a lot of live music, arts and crafts, and of course, plenty of really good food. The event was part of PICO's multicultural series. Okay, you've been holding out for months. You've been waiting for just the right deal to buy new laptop, clothes, or other items that you need. Well, as Fox's Rob Olson reports, right now might be the very best time to go shopping. He explains.
You know, great savings are these Adirondack chairs.
Forgive me if I let Matt Ganson sound a bit like a car salesman here.
Normally $49.98 or $50, down to $35 a piece right now.
He is a Home Depot manager. This is a story about the best things to buy in August, and patio stuff pretty much tops that list.
It all starts getting to mark down, you know, right after the 4th of July or so, and then into August, we start taking more and more sales as we move into the fall season to make room for those fall cleanup items.
Down 50 to 75% because a lot of this stuff is considered designer.
The patio stuff is different every year.
Which means they don't want to store it for next year, even if those chairs stack up so neatly.
Yeah, but they don't stand in the overhead too well.
By the time we hit July, the retailers are getting antsy to get rid of everything summer related. So by August, there are some serious deals.
Shopping and style writer Allison Kaplan says anything that's got a new line every year are the best deals in any season, but especially going into fall.
They're entering their big season, and they don't want any beach towels left over.
And they don't want to hold on to them.
No, for the most part. I mean, especially with anything fashion related, it's all going to be new next year. They don't want to hold that. They've got to get rid of it now.
That's why among the best August deals are fashion accessories, too brightly colored for the colder weather on the way. Any lighter sleepwear, especially for women. Electronics are a good deal now, too, since the new models of computers and MP3 players typically come out in the fall as we gear up, yes, for Christmas. And back to school stuff like backpacks or anything that's considered dorm friendly are typically never cheaper than now, since retailers use them as loss leaders to get you in the door.
The implication out of all this that I really hate is it means that summer's coming to an end. You're kind of bumming me out here.
There's one other summer item that can be good in August. Can be. It's the lawnmower, but only if they're trying to clear out a particular model. The rest will go into the warehouse and come back next spring at the same price. And I hate the implications of saying next spring, too.
I did see a couple snowblowers over there.
There's a couple of them.
Please don't.
Rob Olson, Fox News.
Snowblowers.
No.
Tom Shredden is here. He's not talking about snowblowers. He's talking about what's coming up in sports.
I got baseball. I'm not ready for snow, guys. Cole Hamels, though, has been one of the few beacons in a foggy Phillies season. Tonight, he's trying to keep a personal streak alive. 22 consecutive scoreless innings for Kid Cole coming into the start with Milwaukee. How long would the streak last? Cole's story coming up next.
This week on Fox News Sunday, a fierce debate over a major entitlement. How does each side plan to protect the future of Medicare? And what about those verbal stumbles by the vice president? We'll sit down with Obama campaign senior advisor Robert Gibbs. Then what does Mitt Romney need to do to put the issue of his taxes behind him? We'll talk with Romney campaign senior advisor Ed Gillespie. And then week one of the Romney-Ryan ticket. We'll ask our Sunday panel how the Republican running mate is doing so far. All this week on Fox News Sunday.
Cole Hamels, guys, continuing to earn his keep. 22 straight scoreless innings, a 1.50 ERA since signing that 6-year mega deal way back on July 25th. And these are nights where you want him to pitch like your ace. Phillies coming in with a 3-game losing streak, continuing that weekend series in Milwaukee. First order of business tonight for Cole was taking care of Ryan Braun, who had 3 homers in the first 2 games of the series. Bottom of the first, Hamels gets him to fly out. Top of the second, John Mayberry up with a man on, giving Cole all the offense he would need.
That ball's hit well, deep to left field. Braun on the run, out toward the track. It is gone! Off the front of the restaurant. I
hope nobody lost to Brat there in the restaurant in Milwaukee. 2-0 Phillies, number 10 for Mayberry. Very next batter is Eric Kratz. High towering shot, as Harry Kay used to say. It's number 6 for Kratz, 3-0 Phillies. Now for the record, in the bottom of the second, Aramis Ramirez homers right here off Hamels. so the scoreless streak ends at 23 innings. Cole, though, the rest of the night in solid control against the Brewers. This is one of his 10 strikeouts on the night. Phillies, though, holding on to a 4-3 lead in the ninth. Jonathan Papelbon on for a 4-out save, and he gets it. Cole Hamels wins number 14. Phillies end the losing streak at 3. They win tonight, final 4-3. So what has Cole Hamels done since signing that 6-year contract back on July 25th? Well, he's won his last 3 starts. The ERA under 2 now at 1.991. And Cole Hamels averaging almost a strikeout an inning. That is living up to the deal. Mets and Nationals in D.C. tonight. I know it's a presidential year, guys, but look at this headbutt. The presidential race, Teddy's going to win this thing, and George knocks him out. How'd that work out for Teddy? Not good. Abe Lincoln comes out of nowhere. It's politics in D.C. this time of year, guys. Had to throw that in. Scoreless in the 7th, Ike Davis of the Mets. By the way, there was a baseball game there, too. Ike Davis, the 2-run homer right there. The guy has 22 homers on the year, 17 of them on the road. Mets beat the Nationals tonight 2-0. Eagles getting ready for Monday night's game in New England with the regular season set to kick off. Are you ready? 3 weeks from tomorrow in Cleveland. Andy Reid said today the starters will go at least a half and maybe part of the third quarter. He said King Dunlap will get all the reps with the first unit at left tackle. And he went out of his way to praise defensive end Brandon Graham. Andy Reid said that the former first-round draft pick is playing with much more confidence, much less hesitation. Redskins and Bears tonight, the number 2 pick in this year's draft, Robert Griffin III, playing for the Skins. And you're going to see glimpses in this highlight package of just how good this kid's going to be. You see the ability right here to turn an edge. Yeah, he has the speed. He is dynamic. He's got a slingshot of an arm. Watch the quick release right here to Santana Moss for the 16-yard completion. But there will be growing pains reading defense. Welcome to the NFL. Robert Griffin III right there, sacked. The fumble recovered by Julius Peppers. Bears romping over the Redskins right now, fourth quarter. Who said crime doesn't pay tonight, guys? After 2 years of probation, the Writers of America have named USC the #1 team in college football. Never mind the Trojans, nor anybody else has even played a game yet. USC got 25 first-place votes, followed by Alabama, LSU, and Oklahoma. The other first-place votes went to Michigan. One other note on all that list, you see 10 teams there, 5 of them from the SEC, the best conference in college football.
All right, say good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.